Okay, it's 8 o'clock and I am ready to go, and I hope you are. Tonight is the second night of my 4-night, I'm just going to call it a webinar, okay? But it really just is to educate you about health and to offer you a chance to join me on a health journey like so many others have. And so today I counted and I have about 15 from the previous challenge that are going to go, or from previous challenges that are going to go forward. And the reason is they're excited. They've had a transformation, things have changed, and they're ready to just keep going. So tonight I'm going to talk about the 3 reasons for your past failures with weight loss. Okay, so my program isn't just about weight loss, but that's what's on a lot of people's mind, because obesity is the cause of so many diseases: diabetes, knee replacements, hypertension, strokes. So it is important to get your weight down, and a lot of things, good things happen. But one of the things I like to key on is more than weight loss, healing your gut. Hey, Rita. Yeah, Rita's one of my successful people. Okay, so we want to end those failures. I don't want you to ever fail again. And the reason I don't, hey Angela, is because if you fail again, if you take my challenge and you fail again, which I don't think you will, because I'm going to do everything to help you, then you're going to, you may just say, well, I guess this is just how it is, and I'm just going to be fat, or overweight. And that's dangerous. That's life-threatening. And it's not life, and you won't have a life. And so here's what I didn't say last night that I want to say now, that, we're all headed towards something as far as our health and the choices that we're making. And if we just make a little switch right now, early on, I'll say early on, I'm 63, if we make a little switch, we end up in a better place. So it's like if you have a bow and arrow and you just move the bow a little bit, the arrow ends up in a totally different place. Hey, Hope. So it looks like all the people on here, maybe except Charlotte, have been in my challenge. Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. I appreciate you joining me. All right, so let's talk about it. So here's the first thing that came to my mind, and there's Clarence. Yeah, and there are certainly more reasons than this, but these are the ones that just kind of bubble up to the top that probably are what people are thinking is. One is the low-fat diet. You thought low-fat was healthy. Hit the like button or the heart if that was what you thought. You thought low-fat was healthy. And I talked about that last night. And what we know now is it was not healthy. And in 1970, 1 in 6 Americans were overweight. And now 1 in 2 are overweight. So the low-fat diet did not work. Okay. So what started all this, I don't think I said this last night, was in 1955, the year before I was born, Eisenhower had a heart attack, and that was a big deal. It was a big deal. And a lot of attention went toward heart disease. A lot of research was done. And Ansel Keys did some research around fat in the diet causing cholesterol to go up. Well, it did cause cholesterol, but it wasn't necessarily the bad cholesterol that went up. It was the good cholesterol that went up. So we can look back on his work and see that he didn't totally report everything like it should have been reported. And I shared last night that what we know now is there's lots and lots of research that's been done about how healthy fats are good for you. And I named some fats last night that were healthy. I had some good healthy fat. Here you go. Here's some right here. Some melted butter that I'm about to put on some pecans in the oven. And yeah, I fried some steak, pan grilled some steaks in some avocado oil and butter a while ago. Those are healthy fats, okay? So we talked about that last night. So that's the one thing that may have sabotaged you, caused you failure in the past. You thought if I just quit eating fats, and that isn't the problem, okay? Sugar is the problem. The second thing that most people don't know is that sleep is the most important health hack, all right? So if you're getting good sleep, then your body burns fat. And your best time for sleep is 10 to 12. That's called the money sleep. But if you're going to bed at 12 and you're eating before you go to bed, you're actually storing fat while you're sleeping, okay, instead of burning fat. And you want to, if you can burn fat while you sleep, don't you want to do that? Yeah. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Lori. Hey, Ann. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Karen. Okay. So, and here's what I'm going to say. If you're getting up and down during the night, that's not good sleep. You should not wake up in the night to go to the bathroom. And you think, well, I have to. Well, you have trained yourself, or your body has trained you, and you can change that. I've seen it happen to many, many of my clients. And so if they're stalled in their weight loss, then I say, okay, how's your sleep? Well, you know, I get up a couple of times a night. I'm like, okay, well, stop that. Don't drink water the 2 hours before you go to bed, or don't drink anything, okay? And certainly don't eat anything, because your insulin's going to spike if you eat in that 2 hour window, and your body's going to store fat, okay? Your human growth hormone kicks in about midnight or 10 to 12, and your human growth hormone helps you to burn fat. But as soon as you kick in some insulin, they don't coexist. So you got to get rid of the insulin, and you do that by not eating. You going into a fasted state for 2 hours before you go to bed. And I've had people that did this, and they immediately started dropping fat. So I just want you to know that sleep, you need to guard your sleep. Now, as far as your bladder, let's talk about that a little more. Okay, so if you wake up and feel like you have to go to the bathroom, then you just say to yourself, no, you'll be fine, and you go back to sleep. Now, the first couple of nights, because I used to wake up a couple of times during the night, I never wake up anymore, unless I've had a cup of coffee with my kids, like late at night, but I don't do that very often. Decaf coffee, I love that little, I've got some organic decaf instant coffee that I love. Okay, so hey, Christina, hey, Charlene, oh yeah, I've already said hey to you. Hey, Catherine. Okay, so sleep is really, really, really important, and that's why we teach meditation in the app, to teach you how to calm down and calm yourself and get into a state where you can sleep. All right, the third thing that may have caused your failure is stress, okay? And you're like, well, how am I going to get rid of that? Well, that's another reason we teach the meditation. It's mindfulness. It's learning how to control your thoughts. And you can do that. I've got something new I'm adding in this challenge that's going to help us with stress. It's really something I'm really, really excited about. It's something I've been doing. I never have been a person to really be stressed out, but now I could worry. But I've trained my mind not to worry, and that's what I want to teach you. Yeah, so, okay, it looks like the internet is struggling. But anyway, we'll get through this. All right, so, yeah, I told you these 3 reasons why you fail, and it wasn't exercise, and it wasn't counting calories. Those are not the reasons you fail. 99% of weight loss is about nutrition, and that's what I want to teach you and coach you and help you to get successful. So here's what I hear from clients a lot when they sign up. You know, I've got to do something. Well, you're right. You got to do something, and what you've been doing hadn't worked, so that's why you got to do something. So I encourage you to try this. I do have a 100% money back guarantee. If you get into it and you're doing it and you're not dropping weight, then I'll give you your money back. But that's not going to happen, because there are reasons why your body is holding fat, and we're going to learn how to do that. So here's what I want you to do. Okay, I wanted to show you my foolproof. Well, first of all, I got to show you this. All right, look at these. These are white amaryllises, and I just have to show them off because I love to have them here on my table. All right, so I'm going to give away 2 bottles of this. This is my Activated You. This is what I take every morning, and it's prebiotics, probiotics, and super greens. So the first 2 people, new people now, I'm sorry to my clients, but the first 2 people that sign up, I'm going to give you a bottle of this. And this is like a $70 value. So, I love this stuff. I encourage you to use it. It's got more things in it than most of the super greens. You know, I know Dr. Berg, different ones have them. A lot of people have them. But I particularly like this, and I like the taste of this. I just mix this in a little bit of water with my apple cider vinegar in the morning. And, you know, I feel like it helps me to have a lot of energy. All right, the other thing, for those of you that are thinking, well, I just don't know if I can do the whole keto, I love cereal. All right, here is a cereal that we make, all right, and I love this cereal. It's made with coconut flakes and walnuts and pecans and pumpkin seeds and let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Sandra Toole gave me this recipe and I love it. I put a little swerve in it and so it sweetens it. And I had a bowl of this afternoon with some heavy whipping cream on it and a little bit of water because the heavy whipping cream is kind of thick. And oh my gosh, I felt like I was having my cereal. Okay, so here's another delicious meal. I mean, I've got this out here. This is a cauliflower casserole. We had it for supper along with some steak. It is delicious, and honestly, I'd rather have it than macaroni and cheese any day. Okay, so somebody asked me, Melanie, she's not on here, to talk about spices, okay? So I had these up in my cabinet. Honestly, I've had them, who even knows? Let's see, expiration. I can't, 2018. So these need to go in the trash. But I wanted to show you, I wanted to talk about spices because people do ask me about that. All right, so these things, first of all, they're expensive when you buy these things. The first ingredient in this one is maltodextrin, okay, which is a sugar, all right? And then it goes on to list, I mean, there is a list of about 20 ingredients outside of the food that's in this. And when you when you actually look at the actual food that's in there, I mean, there's some good things in here, but there's also a lot of toxins. So, this isn't something you want to add to your diet, I don't think, okay? Of course, this is something you don't do very often, this vegetable dip, but anyway. And then here's the ranch dressing. You can make this from scratch and leave out all of the toxins that are in it. I mean, here we go with the same ingredients. Maltodextrin is the first ingredient in this, okay? And then this, when you look at this taco seasoning, and they do make this gluten-free, is really, it says, I mean, it's got spices including paprika, chili pepper, cumin, salt, cornstarch, and onion and garlic. Okay, so why do they put the cornstarch in here? For thickening and to keep it separated. But you could make this up without the cornstarch, and you don't need the cornstarch. So make your own spices, save yourself some money, and I think you'll enjoy them. Okay, so here we go. Tomorrow night, tomorrow night I'm talking about the psychology of weight loss. And what my clients will tell you is that they have a new relationship with food. Food moves down on the priority list, when before it was like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? 3 meals a day. Now, so many, in fact, most all of my clients are fasting and dropping a lot of weight. And honestly, what they say is I'm saving money on groceries and I'm saving time in the kitchen and I'm feeling much more energetic because food does not give you energy. Let me just tell you that. Food, think about it. Really, food does not give you energy. When you eat a meal, your body has to work really hard to digest that, and that's why people have heart attacks after they eat, because the heart has to pump a lot of blood to your gut to digest that food. And so if you eat small meals and just eat 1 meal a day, I don't think God ever intended for us to eat all day. So I watched a video today, some research on some college students, and they were testing how long it took them to digest a piece of pizza. And you know what the results was? 13 hours. 13 hours. And in the meantime, they've already added food on top of that. And so what that protein and those starches do to your gut, it breaks down the lining of your gut, and that's why we have diverticulitis, diverticulosis. I mean, kids in college are taking all kind of digestive medicine. And it's because of what they're eating. So I think if we can make a switch and get people eating more meat and vegetables, I think we'll be better. This one thing I did forget when I was talking about fats, your good fats are going to be your avocado, your nuts, your seeds, your eggs, your meat. But I want to tell you, your fatty meat, we just had a couple of ribeye steaks and they were so good. Your fatty meat is going to have less impact on your insulin than your lean meat. So your white chicken breast, which I never have liked those so much anyway, causes your insulin to rise more than the dark meat. So for all of you dark meat likers in there, go ahead and eat your dark meat. Don't think that you need the white meat. Also, whey protein causes a more significant rise in your insulin than does it just causes. I'm just saying that's what it causes. So you want to notice the things that cause your insulin to rise, because as soon as your insulin goes up, then your body stores fat, and it doesn't let the cell open so that the fatty acids can come in, or actually so the fatty acids can get out and go to the liver and the muscles and give you more energy. So that's why you have energy when you're on the keto diet, is because you're actually releasing those nutrients out of the cell, and it's causing like to your brain, for instance, fat. Your brain needs that fat to function. And so don't starve your brain. We need our brains. We need our brains to work. Okay, who's going to message me and tell me you want to get on a call? If you want to get on a call, I'm going to give away a free activated you to somebody that says, the first 2 people that say, I want to get on a call. So message me. You can private message me, or you can put in the comments. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And we're going to talk about the psychology of weight loss and how to maintain and sustain a healthy weight. So we'll talk to you soon, and have a great night.